Hi Sagittarius, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for July 2014. I just want to say, Sagittarius, I ordered a microphone, but it hasn't come yet. So I'm going to try to speak up extra loud, and hopefully the sound quality is a little bit better than last month, but definitely will be better next month. The first card that comes up for you today, Sagittarius, is actually Judgment. I'm sorry, Justice. And the Justice card for me would symbolize a court document, court papers, could symbolize a divorce, talking to a lawyer, getting legal representation about something. I hear there's something lacking, but something's being built upon, something that's been destroyed. I hear you enter a time of some kind of indecision. And I hear you're going through a great time of indecision, and this indecision links you up with other people. I hear you're never quite sure, at least at this time period, of where you stand, what kind of footing you have here. And it's likely that you may enter a dispute of some kind. The next card in your cut, Sagittarius, for July 2014 came up as the Knight of Rods, or the Knight of Wands. And this would be connected with a fire sign. So this could very well be yourself or someone you know that has a fire sign as their sun sign or rising sign. So this would be either a Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo. This is somebody who's very driven, outgoing, and ambitious. The suit of wands or rods goes along with new beginnings, growth, new enterprise, communication. I hear you've got to let go so the new can come in, and they're using the words like you're festering about something. And I hear the words, there's a bargaining chip on the table. I hear you're not going to go quietly, though. There's a lot of kicking and fussing going on, so I don't know what that's in regard to. And since this is a general reading for all Sagittarians out there, hopefully the person that's supposed to hear this message is listening to this video and getting the message. I do believe that's the way these are working since they're general readings. I hear you've got to come to terms and to grips with some decisions that you've made. And you're not going to be happy with the outcome unless you put your foot down. And you've got to let go so the new can come in, but they're saying be careful not to squander your resources. The next card in the cut of three of this deck here, you have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles to me symbolizes family inheritance or a gift of cash, but usually this is coming through family channels. I hear you're going to have a great influx with your income. There seems to be some real up and down pattern to it here. And they keep saying there's going to be a great understanding of some sort. And it does connect to other people, other people, and other people's money. And it's linked to the past, but I hear that this is going to be a great development for your future. So that's good news, Sagittarius. We always like to hear positive things for the future. So I'm going to lay out the cards for you now and see in the 10 card spread what the Celtic Cross reveals for you for the month of July 2014. The first card that shows up for you today, which would be the situation that's right on top of you at the moment, is also a money card, which is Two of Pentacles. And Two of Pentacles to me symbolizes balance, striving to seek balance. It's also a little bit of indecision here. You could have emotional connections to this decision, some uncertainty, feeling unsure or not really which direction you want to go here. So let me hear what the message is from your guides. I hear there's an onslaught coming from like some other people about indecision. I hear there's a lot of obstacles you could be confronting right now, but I hear that you're going to be able to put them to rest. You're not happy with how some things have progressed recently, but you're going to proceed forward. It's like they're telling me you've got like almost like a battle plan or some plan that you have in mind. Other people's money comes up here again, so seems to be linked to this, Sagittarius. And I hear that you've been going round in circles quite a bit. There's a lot of egos involved in this situation too. I don't mean your ego, maybe that's part of it, but there's other people's egos are involved. You got to let this go, because if you don't, I hear a lot of things are going to come tumbling down, and they're saying the words, it could break the bank. I don't really understand what they're saying here, so hopefully some Sagittarius understand that message. They don't really want you to give up and walk away completely. They just want you to back down a little bit on your stance of whatever you're taking. I feel that this is connected to do with maybe an inheritance or some money that's come your way. And I get that there's some people that want to be, they're like carping at each other, kind of backbiting, and carping seems to be going on here around this situation, Sagittarius. The next card, which is interesting for what they just said with that, would support it based on the card, which is Seven of Rods. And Seven of Rods to me is a card that would symbolize you're fighting off your foes. You're succeeding to keep people at bay. You're dealing with some forces, can not only be people, can be situations. Things are coming at you, and you're managing to fight it off and keep it at bay. Wands symbolize communication, new enterprise, growth, expansion, and development. I feel like I'm hearing like you feel like you're up a creek without a paddle, or you're like up a tree about this situation. And I feel like you're not going to be happy until some things calm down. Whatever situation seems to be circling around you at this time, it's like consuming you. That's what your guides are telling me. That it's consuming you, this situation, and that's not it's not good for you. It's not healthy. Could be causing some internal problems for you, like digestion, stomach upset, or just like internal like stress. And they're talking about easing off the situation and having to wait. Like waiting is actually your friend and is beneficial to you at this time for whatever the circumstances is that you find yourself in, Sagittarius. The next card that you have, which crowns the reading, is the Hierophant. And to me, the Hierophant is like symbolizing God, divine power, blessings, being watched over, protected, guided from, the divine forces in the world, God, universe. They're telling me that you're going to enter a time period where you're going to be able to control a lot of things going on in situations in your life. However, I'm getting not yet, like there's still that waiting sensation happening. And also with some of these people, the egos that seem to be kicking up dust around you and carping and all that, it would be in your advantage to forgive and forget. I know that's very hard to do, and a lot of times that isn't possible. This is just a suggestion if you can do it. They're saying you're coming up against a lot of forces that are like beyond your control. So the message here, they keep saying, let it go or back down off of certain situations. And I also hear you don't have enough information or details to come at this full force. Yes, it's always about, it keeps coming at me, this message. It's about taking a step back and waiting. You're not going to really win fully if you exude too much force right now. The next card you have, Sagittarius, is the King of Swords. And to me, the King of Swords, it represents an air sign. This would be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Whenever the King of Swords shows up to me, this would be a person that involves the truth. Either he's not truthful or he's extremely truthful to the point where it's brutal. But the issue of truth comes up around this man no matter what, whether it's in the positive sense or the negative sense. I also get that there can be, he's also kind of difficult, like difficulties follow him, or he can bring difficulties into a situation wherever he goes, because I feel he's usually someone who's very, at times can be outright and bold with his opinions and objectives. Sometimes he's very direct, or people see him as being brutally frank, comes up at times with this guy. Never underestimate him, my guides say. He's very ingenious and he's also intuitive. He seems to be linked to this money as well. So you Sagittarians out there, if any of this reading so far is making sense about what area you think this might be playing at, or involving or revolving around, this man is also connected to do with that situation that you find yourself in, with the money and the egos and the carping and the forces that are exuding some forces here that are beyond your control. I'm feeling like this guy is going to put you through the ringer in some way if you allow him to have too much power or rent too much space in your head. Don't get consumed by what's happening here if you can help it, Sagittarius. Well, after all that, I'm glad to see that you have a positive card here. Not that that was negative, but the messages are very interesting. They're very cautionary here, and it seems like there's an awful lot of chaos and chaotic things going on around you for some of you Sagittarians. This, of course, is not going to apply to all of you, so I hope this is making sense to some of you Sagittariuses out there. You have the Sun card that comes up. Now, this falls into the energy of right now and passing. So this energy is on the move. You're in it and it's moving out, or you're moving through it at this time, possibly. Sometimes the guides say whatever they want to say, regardless of what position the cards fall in, but that is the position this card is in. To me, the Sun card symbolizes joy, your inner child, enjoying your life, the happiness and joy living in this physical plane that we're in. This could symbolize material joys also. It's the exuberance of youth. Feeling like a kid again, really, is a lot of it. So, and that's important for all of us, especially you Sagittarians out there. Many Sagittarians I know really love to have fun. We all do, but I think you could relate to what I'm saying about enjoying. They're saying you can never please all of the people all of the time. The thing you need to focus on right now is pleasing yourself. That's what your guides are talking about the strongest here. They're telling me that you have a great energetic connection and rapport with people. And if you haven't been using that kind of connection to your advantage through money-making ventures, you actually would be very successful doing that. And I'm hearing that when money is no obstacle, you really can spread your joys and riches to others. You're very philanthropic, they were saying. You're quite a philanthropist when money is no object, and you're free to spend your money and give it to others. I see you doing that. They're telling me you can never win a situation too much if you put up too many blocks or roadblocks. That if you take the foot off the gas a little bit here and ease up some of the control, that some things that have been problematic for you are going to resolve themselves by easing up. They're telling me that you're going to enter a time where indecision is also actually your ally, because not knowing is freeing you up or freeing the situation up. And you're also going to go through a time where a lot of people are communicating with you right now. The next card you have that shows up here today, Sagittarius, is the Lover's card. So the Lover's card to me symbolizes this could be having to make a decision or a choice between two things. This could be a new romantic relationship comes into the picture, but it might be karmically charged, like a soulmate, twin flame kind of experience, which often presents challenges for our betterment, for our soul growth. This could also be meeting somebody you've hoped to meet or be in a relationship with for a long time. They're talking about that you've been putting forth a lot of effort and been like straining to like kind of go against the grain. And I do get that you've not been happy with some outcomes of some situations that have been going on, and that you want betterment for yourself. Obviously, we all do, but this is the message that's coming through, and that you've been struggling a lot. Now, I'm sorry to hear that, Sagittarius. I honestly do not remember at all what your June 2014 reading said. I really don't remember, but I'm sorry for July 2014. It sounds like you still have some struggling going on here. I do feel that there's an end in sight, but it's the way the cards are coming up and the messages the guides are saying to me. I feel like you're in the midst of it, or you're still in this struggle. I don't feel that you're past it yet. I feel like my guides are telling me, and I know this is going to sound long from now, but it's really not. This isn't that nothing's going to improve along the way, but I do feel like you're totally out of this, or you emerge out of this and feel a lot freer and better in March and April. So I know that's going into 2015, but you need to pass through this time to get to where you want to be. You're going to relinquish a lot of fears that crop up or you're attached to from long ago past, they say. I keep getting you're entering a time of indecision and that you want out of whatever the circumstance that you find yourself in. This could be a job. It could be family arguing and problems connected to do with money or inheritance. This could be a love relationship, wanting out of a marriage, possibly wanting a divorce. It could be whatever that applies to you, Sagittarius, in your life at this time. And I feel that you're happiest when you're alone, to be free, to be calm and still, and to think things out. You've got to sort things out and prioritize. That comes up right here, Sagittarius. They are confirming their previous prediction of April and March by telling me it's going to take you 9 months to get out of this situation. You will have freedom and some kind of reprieve. Between now and then, you're going to make a lot of decisions and put things in motion. We all have to go through phases where we suffer through times in our life, to go through the bad to get to the good. I'm sure this isn't going to apply to a lot of you Sagittarians out there. Maybe some of you are like, I don't get what you're talking about. My life's going along good, and I'm glad. But there's some Sagittarians out there that are going to understand what I'm talking about, and this is going to really, they're going to really be able to relate to what I'm saying here. The next card that you have is a very good card, Sagittarius. You have Ace of Pentacles here. An Ace of Pentacles to me symbolizes divine blessings, money, good fortune, abundance, could also be an inheritance. Let me hear why you have Ace of Pentacles, Sagittarius. I do feel like you are coming into some money, Sagittarius, but I do get some, like with this financial gain, I also get some problems with it in the sense that there's some pushing and pulling and tug of war somehow connected to do with this money. Like you're going to have to give up a little in some way to get some peace of mind or get some peace in your life. And the guides are advising at this time if you could get any advice from any financial institutions or financial advisors to help you, unless you happen to be really well versed in that yourself. I'm getting that this would be wise for you to get some counsel from people that have a lot of experience with investing, protecting money. It seems like you're going to need this kind of advice. And August is coming up. I can kind of, they're showing me that month in the few, they're showing me the month of August. It seems like the back and forth motion that I'm picking up in regard to this really pertains to this month of July. So I really feel like this reading, like I'm getting you in the hotbed of what's going on right now. Your reading, I have to say, Sagittarius, is very different from the other signs. So I feel disappointed for you that I'm not getting more peace right now at this moment. The next card that you have today, Sagittarius, in your reading that shows up is the Nine of Pentacles. You actually have quite a few money cards are showing up for you here. And the Nine of Pentacles to me symbolizes, this nine symbolize endings, but this is a good ending because you have prosperity. This is somebody that has peace, tranquility, is happy with themselves, happy with their life, has a happy home, the pleasures of success and money and stability and finances. They're telling me you do have a great time entertaining, spending money on yourself and others, going out. I see you're very gregarious and very giving with your money and yourself, your spirit, your energy, your liveliness, your fun, your fire. And I do feel that you are going to invest your money wisely. I do feel that you're going to do that. That's what they're talking about. And that some of you Sagittarians are actually going to donate to a charity, maybe something in particular, like a cancer foundation or something that would benefit children. I see you making some kind of charitable donation as well as investing. You are going to come out of this choppy period. They're calling it a choppy period. You're going to come out of this, and I do see you having peace and calm. I do. And that these financial, like these issues connected to do with this money, or these ego-driven people that are imposing their will or creating difficulties for you, you are going to pass out of this time and come into peace. And I know this is a prediction for July 2014, but I have to say they keep jumping to March, April, especially April, and they said this is the time of peace. Like you are really going to be happy, free, calm. Things will be sorted out. It'll be quite a different picture once you get to that point than what you're facing right now in July. Feel secure in the knowledge that you're being guided. My guides want to tell you that. You're never alone, no matter how complicated or difficult this situation may seem. You're not doing anything blindly, and they're also telling me to make sure you pay attention to your dreams, because your guides are actually giving you some message or insights in your dreams that are going to be useful for you or to help you. The next card you have a lot of people cards in your reading here. You already had the King of Swords, and in the cut of the cards, you had the Knight of Wands, and now here you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups to me is somebody that would be connected to do with one of the water signs, which would be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. This person would be somebody that you know is connected to you. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a romantic partner. Could be a friend, nephew, could be a brother, could be a love relationship. This is somebody that's deep in thought. There's a lot on his mind. He has a lot on his plate. He's intuitive. He's very emotional, but sometimes he doesn't really know what to do with his emotions, or he might be a little confused about his emotional side of his life. He's thinking about change, how he can make things change. That's what comes up here with this card. This is a guy that's driven to get the ball rolling. They're telling me he's actually a guy that's going to help you. He's the idea person, they're saying. He's the man with the plan. So you Sagittarians out there are going to get some help from this Knight of Cups. So you might want to think a little bit like, who do I know that's a water sign that really has their act together, seems to know how to make things rock and roll, move forward, and that could be a help to you. You may already know him. He's coming up in a future position, but chances are you've already made this connection and you know who he is. I feel that you already know who he is. If not, I feel that he's coming in very soon. He's definitely going to be somebody that's going to help you sort things out. I feel like he is somebody that really has a lot of knowledge about finances. Even though he's not coming up as a pentacle card, which would be money related, he is a guy that has a lot of knowledge about finances and financial planning, and or just to help you in some way with what you're dealing with. He's also good about going back and forth between two parties. He's an excellent mediator in this situation. So if you find yourself at cross purposes with one or more people that are involved in your story, this guy would be a great mediator here. The next card that you have in your reading, which is your outcome card, is another court card and another person that you would know or is coming into your life. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles here would be, she's your outcome card. And she would be somebody associated with one of the earth signs. This could be either her sun sign or her rising sign. She is either a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. And she is somebody that is very interested in the well-being of others. Her feelings run very deep here. She could also be a mother figure to some of you. So some of you Sagittarians, if you have a mother that is not doing well with her health or is an influence over what's going on in your life, she's influential here. She's got some influence. She's somebody who makes you listen and think things over. She's somewhat of an antagonist here, but in the sense that she wants things to be resolved. She feels that there's been like a great wrath upon you, and she wants you to distance yourself from it. Here's another thing, Sagittarius, to consider. If any of you have a mother that would be an earth sign that has passed or crossed over, she's watching this from the spirit world and seeing this from that vantage point as well. She harbors a great resentment towards people that are coming at you. She definitely wants things to be rectified. She says that sometimes you can cross the line with people and go too far verbally. So she wants you to be a little more conscious of holding your tongue. She says you're not going to win every battle, but you're going to win the war. You've got to let go somewhat to let some things come in and come to you. And she's telling me to remind you that you're greatly protected. This is from a spiritual sense, from the spirits around you, guides, angels, deceased relatives. You're being protected and watched over. Well, Sagittarius, I just want to say thank you so much for all your kind comments and your emails that you've written, and also for the readings and appointments you've had with me since June 2014 videos went on YouTube. And if you have any interest in getting a private reading with me, you can go to my website. The link is posted below, and you can go to the order page and schedule a reading with me. I wish you many blessings and peace.